All right, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering Land Park Crit. This is the E3 race. I'm your host, Chris Barr, and this is In the Pace Line. So we started, we're off. Let's talk about the day, let's talk about the course, let's talk about the teams. There were 41 people registered for this race. The major teams include my team, Dolce Vita. We brought 10 guys to this race. 10! We're a fourth of the field. It's amazing, it's awesome. I've never raced with this many teammates before. It made for some interesting moments, and we'll get into that for sure. But in addition to Dolce Vita, there's Team California. They're right ahead of me. There is Tarun. There's the Data Driven Athletes group and Mike's Bikes. Those are the major teams. There's also a couple of really fast riders who are either only themselves or unattached. One of them is Harry Elworthy. He's in this field. They signed up day of, so we didn't know that they would be here, but then they showed up and we're like, oh, okay, so now the competition is a little bit stiffer and we got our work cut out for us. Now, as a team, we came into the day thinking, hey, we got 10 people. We should be able to be very influential in this race. And strategically, we had certain individuals that were grouped for the early race moves, trying to get into breaks, claw things back, kind of manage the first half of the race, if you will. I was in that group. That was me. And then we had a late race crew, and then maybe one or two people designated as the sprinter on the day. So that's kind of how we broke it up. We had 10 guys, 4 or so in early moves, 4 in late moves, 2 sitting in and being ready for the sprint. We'd hoped to control this race and kind of dictate how things went, but within the first lap or two, we quickly realized or just saw that evaporate. The strength of the field, relative even to the strength of all of us, all 10 of us, was too much for us to kind of control everyone, right? Is what I'll just say. So we found that out pretty quickly, and as you can see, we're just about to complete lap 1, and things are very fast. This is into a headwind. We're doing 30 miles an hour into a headwind, and overall, I'll say I think our team did a great job on the day, but we didn't come away with the win. So, let's break down and see what we did right, what we did wrong, key moves in the race, and kind of get a sense for where maybe I could have done better, which is what we'll go into in just a second. That individual in the yellow jersey that's at the front, they had a little Colorado logo on their sleeve. Don't know at the time. They're like some Colorado mountain bike state champion or something like that. Keep an eye on them because they will be very influential in this race, in addition to a few others that are now going by me. Okay, we're jumping 4 minutes. We're 4 minutes into the race. My job is early moves, and I want to call myself out here. I should be jumping across to this move, and I'm not. The reason I'm not is because the race has already felt very hard. We're 4 minutes into the race, and I'm looking at the pacing, how hard it is, and all that, and I'm going, man, this is gonna be a really hard race. So it started playing conservative, but in hindsight, I should not have been as conservative. I should have been jumping across to those wheels and attacking and putting in hard efforts right here to get our team into that move and then trying to get it up the road. And then there goes one of my teammates who is on the early moves, and Christian, who was not in early moves but positioned well. So I let that one go. But I didn't do my job poorly, is what I'll say. Here's an example of me getting on the front and deciding, hey, there's kind of a group of people up ahead, little detached group. You can see there's one rider, I think they're a Chico rider, And then ahead of them, there's another 2 or 3 individuals. And I'm not just going to let that go. It's my job to ensure that if that does go away, I'm in it, or take and bring the field back and claw them back. So that's what I did. I will say, coming into this weekend, I was very unsure on my fitness. I had a mild cold for about 2 weeks leading up to this weekend, which is a real shame. But the result was I kind of just had a question mark. Like, I hadn't been doing regular training. I'd been on bike one time in about 14 days. So am I going to be able to perform? I don't know. And that's one of the reasons I put myself in the early group and not in the late group, or like, the sprinter lead out group. I didn't know what was going to be occurring with me. Here goes the first dangerous move of the day. And I'm feeling good about this move because Zach, on my team, Zach Oy, goes for it. He was also in early moves and breakaway squad. Someone from Tarun goes, and Harry is in there as well, along with 2 other riders, maybe a Team California person. A couple minutes later, we're now 11 minutes in, we claw back the group, and 3 or 4 of them come back in, but Harry's not there. And Harry has just ridden away from the other 4 riders that were in that small break. And now all of a sudden he has a gap. So at this point, the break has kind of just dissolved. I don't know if he just literally rode away from the 4 of them and no one could chase or what. But we went from having someone in the break to not having someone in the break, and it's time to get to work, really, to get him back. He's a very strong rider, has good sustained power, and if we just let him go, he will do that. Harry is still at the front, and I want to point this out. We have a headwind along this straightaway, and I'm just eating wind here for relatively no reason. This is one of those moments of, like, ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing at any point in the race, and there should be a reason. And when I look back on this, I'm just being inefficient. So I should be tucking in here and trying to naturally move forward, but not eating wind on the straightaway into the headwind, making up no positions. Thankfully, Ringo is on the front right here, driving the pace a little bit. He was supposed to be on late moves, but we quickly realized that the race was just getting blown up, right? So people need to cover whenever they can. Oh, and we just got a first glimpse of that red helmet. That's Way. He's our designated sprinter on the day. Okay, let's see. Harry is still out in the wind. We're 18 minutes into the race. I've recovered a little bit from the max burning exercise that was staying at the front and responding to moves. So I recovered a little bit and said, hey, I gotta put in a dig here and do my job still. We're only 18 minutes in. It's a 50-minute race. It's still first half. So what I do is I get on the front here and I start putting in a nice dig to kind of see if I can get him back. I'll say this. I pulled on the front for a while. It was a pretty good long pull. Felt good about the power. Was very tired at the end. And thankfully, the work done by me seemed to inspire others to do work too, because I couldn't do any more. But anyway, we'll skip forward to the next piece here, which is at 23 minutes, we make the catch. Now, it was at 18 minutes is when I got on the front and started pulling. 23 minutes, so 5 minutes or so later, after he's been out in the wind, we get him back. The group starts to bunch up, and I go back to rest at this point. After we got Harry, I'm sitting at 175 BPM or so, which is not super sustainable. My max heart rate is like 184, so we've been in threshold now for 20 minutes of the race, right? And at 23 minutes, we're just halfway through. So it's not going to get significantly easier. So I'm kind of seeing a little sideways, wanting to rest and get back. Things are fast and strung out, as you can see here. We're doing 31 miles an hour. And again, I should probably be tucking in a little bit more than I am. Not super tucked in there. All right, we're jumping forward again. Another split occurs in the race. And it starts out as a large group. And you'll see that Colorado mountain bike rider sees it as dangerous and responds and starts pulling us back up to the front. That move up there maybe has a little too many people in it, but if you drop one or two off and they start working together, it could be super dangerous. I don't think we have representation in that move. Maybe we do. Either way, the group responds, and this is kind of the theme of the day, is that the peloton was really not letting anything go. Everyone was eager to work. Even individual riders or small teams were working super hard to bring moves back. And when you see that, and you see the attitude of everyone and kind of the way that they're responding to things at the halfway point, having seen this happen then for 25 minutes, you got to start to think to yourself, like, is anyone going to get away today? And the answer is probably not. So, yeah. So anyway, the result of that 6 people going out the front was 4 were swallowed back up, and then 2 riders actually were able to get off the front. You can just see them in the distance there. It's a Mike's Bikes rider, and who I believe is Super Dave. I don't know Super Dave, but I think it is Super Dave. So they're off the front now, and they actually stay off the front for a while. You can see the Mike's Bikes rider clogging up the corner here and trying to slow things down. We're at 30 minutes into the race, so there's only 20 minutes left. I once again get on the front and say, nope, I'm not letting that go. Our team is too well represented for us to sit in the back. And even though we're over halfway through the race, I still felt like this was like a move that it was my job to claw back and get them back in range, in striking distance is what I'll say. Now, the first time I did this and showed it, I pulled for like a whole lap or more on the front. But at this point in the race, I'm pretty short on matches and I'm tired. So I only spend maybe 45 seconds or so pulling, and then I come off the gas here and kind of look to others. And thankfully, like I said, the group was so eager. People pulled right through and they kept the pace high and they went for it. It did help that this was the tailwind section, I think. So getting the group to the tailwind section helped motivate. But yeah, I'm running low on matches and energy. Now we're 37 minutes into the race. Things are still strung out, as you see here. And we're starting to try to find one another because we see the 4 laps to go sign up on the finish straight. So Wei just slotted right in front of me. He's our sprinter. He should not be eating any wind, really. And as a team, when you have 8 or 10 people, I've never even raced with 8 or 10 teammates at the same time before. So it's hard to get even like 3 or 4 guys organized in a race like this. Getting 8 or 10 is a very big ask. And at this point, we've lost, I think, 2 or so racers just to attrition. So we're probably 7 or 8 deep, which is still a huge number. But we're 7 or 8 deep, and we're trying to find one another. So I've got Dustin in front of me. I got Jeff in front of me. And my thoughts now start turning toward the end game of this race. No one has gotten off the front and stayed away so far. We've clawed back We clawed back multiple moves. I guess called for us to form up there and get together. Easier said than done, but you got to try. All right, now we're into the rest of the race, which we're gonna take us through the final 2 laps. They were eventful enough that we're just gonna watch them. This is 2 to go. We've got this 41 minutes into the race, and I'm gonna call this basically live, which is on the left-hand side. You're gonna see Zach on the outside get to the front, and he starts pulling really hard right here, so the speed in the group comes up very quickly. We start to get strung out. Zach has done a ton of work this race, early on in the race, and then he also made a couple of really hard digs in the lighter half to get the field moving faster. And so here I am, we're doing 34 miles an hour down this backstretch, and he gets to the front, does this move, and then lets up, and then boom, you see out to the left that yellow jersey just popped out as the kid from Colorado who showed up, I guess. He uses that as a springboard for an attack. So it's so brilliant, right? Like, he's going along, he's got 34 miles an hour for nothing in the draft, and bam, the pace comes out of the group, and he just slingshots straight forward, makes a big attack. We've got a lap and a half to go now. Perfectly timed, really, really awesome move, and ultimately he does stay away. He wins the race. We can't get him back. We're getting barked at to bring him back, and at this point we're in shambles as a team. Like, it's been so hard up to this point. We do not have the firepower to bring him back. We don't even have anyone in the top 4 wheels or so to even try to get it going again. And hats off to that guy. Perfectly read the situation, used the speed, took the flyer, and that was it. We do have someone in the top wheels. We have Jeff, who's trying to bring it back, which is awesome. But that's a strong person going off the front right now, and we do not get them back. And you'll see up here, Jeff is coming into 1 to go. We should be all formed up. We should all be kind of cohesively lined out, getting the sprint going. And what you're going to see is Jeff's head is going to start swiveling around because he's looking for his teammates, and there are not that many around him, right? Look at him. He's looking back. I'm maybe the only guy in the top 10 wheels, and I'm at the very end of the top 10 wheels. I'm not even supposed to be here, admittedly. Like, I'm the late game guy, or I'm not the late game guy, I'm the early game guy. Okay, and then, so here's another attack from an unattached rider. Pace goes bananas here with 2 to go. And this is how the race kind of went for most of the race, and at this point I'm seeing sideways. I'm still in the race, and my whole mindset is on how do I somehow help our lead out in some way. I just need to help our lead out in some way. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I need to help our lead out, right? And it's hard to watch. I don't even really know how I'm able to do this effort right here, because the field is breaking apart. Those 3 are now chasing the yellow jersey at the front, and I tell Aubrey here, a very strong unattached rider, hey, like, I'm kind of just hanging on for dear life. My heart rate's at 176. Been pinned there for now 44 minutes, basically. And I let people shuffle in because I don't have legs. You can see our sprinter goes by, Jeff goes by, there's Christian, there's Michael King, there's Dustin Wolf. And importantly, look how many people are in front of our team. we're going into Bell Lap and we're sitting 25th through 30th wheel as a team, right? It's great that we're together, but that needs to be happening at the front of the race, not at the back. And we should not be sitting back here resting right now. But it's not because we want to. It's because the race has been really hard and all of us are feeling it. Thankfully, we have Way in our pocket who has not been eating wind, has not been burning matches, and has been doing a good job of honoring his role, not even worrying about kind of the stuff that has happened off the front, the attacks, the clawbacks. That's what a good sprinter does, right? They just kind of think like a goldfish. They just say, that's not my problem, and stay sheltered and fresh. And because Way knows how to ride his bike really well, he's even positioned better than all of us as the sprinter alone right now. I'll say that. And then here comes the divine gift, or I don't know, punishment. You call it whatever you want. At this point, I think I'm out of the race, right? I'm at the very back. It's not looking good for me. But I kind of start scanning the group and notice the pace comes out of the group before the chicane because no one wants to pull, which is perfect for me. Like, my finish line isn't the actual finish line. My finish line is somewhere in front of the finish line because that's my job. So I make a crazy move, dive bomb, go around the outside, dive bomb inside, and now all of a sudden I go from being the last person in the pack to the individual now leading out the back half of the race for our team. I look back, we have Christian on my wheel, behind Christian is Way. I'm just so cooked, but I'm in the perfect position to do this. So I roll the dice and I say, I just gotta dump it. I gotta give everything I have. My max heart rate is like 182, 183, and well, where are we headed? Well, we're 1 to 2 beats away from that. I pull as hard as I can down this back straight, flick the shoulder. Christian goes by. I pulled off purposefully before this corner because I knew I couldn't travel through it at a safe speed. This is an important piece. Like, if you're doing a lead out and you know you're not going to make it through the corner with speed because you're dying and out of energy, don't create a dangerous situation by going into that pinch point and then driving the speed out of the group. That's how a lot of crashes happen, and it makes everything super dangerous. So I just elected to pull off to the side and get out of the way, essentially, and let my team do the rest of the work. Christian let out Way for maybe 10 seconds or so. Then Way hopped on a wheel, and Way did what he does, which is sprint like a maniac and do a great job. He got 5th place, which is awesome. This is a stacked field. The Colorado mountain biker kid took 1st. Harry, I think, won the sprint. And then Mike Garcia from Mike's Bikes took 3rd, if I remember correctly. Either way, this was a hellishly hard race for me and many people. If you were in this race and you finished, kudos to you. And big ups to our sprinter Way, who delivered even in adverse conditions. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I love this race, though. Cheers.